I believe that Jack Della Maddalena will smoke Belal Muhammad. He could cook him this weekend, Saturday, UFC 315, May 10th. Belal Muhammad defends his belt against Jack Della Maddalena, and I believe that Jack Della Maddalena has all the tools necessary to beat Belal Muhammad, beat Amir Muhammad, and take that freaking belt, man. I think it's going to be detrimental to the future of the welterweight division. He could save the welterweight division completely, but he could also be screwing the lightweight division. You are going to be seeing more Belal fans on Instagram, on Twitter, than you've ever seen in your entire life. And it's not because they like Belal. It's not because we like Belal. It's because of the fact that Islam has openly stated that he wants to move up to welterweight. He will move up to welterweight if Belal is not the welterweight champ. So if Belal loses this weekend, we may never get to Poirier versus Islam Makhachev. And that is a fight that the fans want. That is the number one fight that the fans want. Besides Jones and Aspinall, that is the number one fan fight to make, man. And that's the fight that people want at UFC 317 International Fight Week. The reason that fight has not been announced, that it has yet to be booked per se, is because you already know what's going on in the background. And if you don't know, you're clueless, man. There's a clear setup to this. There's a whole clear setup to this, and it all has to do with JDM and Belal Muhammad and who wins. And I believe that JDM will win this weekend. A lot of people are starting to see the holes of Belal's game and where JDM can capitalize. He's got 5 rounds to finish Belal. He has 5 rounds to get out of scrambles, scramble out of bad positions where Belal can't finish Jack Della Maddalena. Belal will not be finishing Jack Della Maddalena. Period. He will not be finishing Jack Della Maddalena. What's he going to do? Hit him with a rear naked choke? Hit him with some ground and pound? Come on, man. He's not going to be finishing Jack Della Maddalena, right? Jack is on a 17-fight win streak. He's been in bad position. I rewatched every single one of Jack Della Maddalena's fights. Every single one. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. Jack Della Maddalena doesn't have many holes. He doesn't have many holes in his game, and people consistently bring up the wrestling. But you have to understand that Jack Della Maddalena, he gives a takedown to get back up, get a better position, and land his power shots. How did he knock out Gilbert Burns? By getting up after Gilbert Burns was on top of him and landing that knee. He wouldn't have KO'd Burns if they were just standing straight up. Maybe he would have. But the reason he was able to get that knee and knock out Gilbert Burns was because of the takedown. And you don't think he can do that against Belal Muhammad, who's slower. People see Belal. Belal does not have Canelo hands. All right, but Belal does not have fucking Canelo hands. This guy needs to shut it down. He needs to shut it down, all right? I don't hate Belal. We shouldn't hate Belal, but in a sense, if we want to bring equality and, entertainment back to the welterweight division, we want some fun fighters. We want a fun champion. We want a champion who's active, who's entertaining, who will fight everybody. Belal wants to fight everybody, but he wants to 50-45 everybody. So that's why a lot of people want JDM to win. But if you want JDM to win, that means that there's a high chance that Islam will move up to welterweight and fight JDM if he's the champ, right? So it's like a double-edged sword here. It's a really double-edged sword. There's a lot of Belal fans now, and it's not because they like Belal. It's straight up for the fact that they just want to see Islam versus Topuria, and I get it. I want to see it too. The setup is, I completely skipped over myself. The setup for UFC 317, the reason International Fight Week main event has yet to be announced, the card's yet to be announced, is all because they're waiting on the main event. And the main event, Topuria has already said he is going to be fighting for a belt, UFC 317. And there are only 2 people he's going to be fighting for that belt. 2 people. Either he's going to be fighting Charles Oliveira for the vacant title. Islam moves up to welterweight if JDM wins. But if JDM doesn't win and Belal stays champ, Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria, UFC 317, will be the main event. It will be the main event. So it's clear that Islam was like, okay, if Belal wins, I'll stay at lightweight. I'll fight Topuria. I'll do what you want to do. But if he loses, I'm going straight up to welterweight. I don't care about Topuria. And it's not because he's ducking Topuria, guys. It is not because he's ducking Topuria. He's just sick of the fact that he needs to fight featherweights. I mean, these are featherweight goats, though. This is like, he fought Volk twice. All right, he fought Volk twice. Volk is a goat of the featherweight division. Fair move up. He did get smoked by Islam in the second fight, but that was short notice. And he just thinks, I think Islam in his head is thinking, Ilya's the same. He's a small guy. But Ilya is a big guy. He is big, and does he deserve a title shot right away? I don't think so. I mean, he arguably has the best back-to-back wins of all time. Max Holloway by TKO and Alexander Volkanovski by TKO, but I do think he should fight somebody before fighting Islam. But the thing is, this really depends this weekend how this plays out. This fight, a lot of people are like, oh, UFC 315 doesn't mean shit. And I'll be honest, they hate us as Canadians. They don't want to give us a good card. But Belal versus JDM will be a good fight. I do believe it will be a really good scrap. JDM's not going to make this a boring fight. He's not going to let this be a boring fight. I think the reason that people see Belal as such a boring fighter is the fact that the people he fights, they just give up. Leon Edwards quit. Leon quit. He was able to smush Gilbert Burns. He was able to smush these guys and make them boring fights. Wonder Boy, he was able to smush as well. And when I'm saying smush, it just means he was able to slow it down, make it boring, get to his positions that he needs to get to win the fight. And that's what he does well, man. It's what he does well. But JDM, what he does well is he rolls out of positions. He gets out of bad positions. His boxing is literally the crispest thing I've ever seen. It's so, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's straight up beautiful. The way he mixes it up to the body, the head. He's going up, down, down, up, up. Like he's switching and he's bobbing and weaving, right? Like this is peak boxing. And what did Belal Muhammad struggle with the most is boxing. Boxing is what he struggles with most. And he is not Canelo Alvarez. He does not have Canelo Alvarez boxing, okay? We need to shut this fucking narrative down. He does not have boxing like Canelo Alvarez. And that's just the fact of the matter. I am willing to bet Belal Muhammad, he said he's going to only strike. Come on, Belal. Come on, man. Stop doing this shit to us. I guarantee within a minute, Belal shoots at least one takedown, one double leg. He's shooting it. He is, man. And JDM, the thing that I like about JDM is he's not saying, oh, Belal's not going to take me down, Belal's not going to take me down and all this shit, and like, oh, I'm going to be on the feet, I'm going to box the shit out of him. Like, he's not saying stuff like that. He's being honest and saying, Belal will take me down. He probably will take me down, but I will not stop moving. I will be relentless. I will find that shot. I will find that combination up against it. He will find something, right? He will be relentless, and that's what I like about JDM. He's relentless. He's not giving up these bad positions and just laying down like Leon did. Remember when Belal dumped him on his head? He dumped Leon on his head, left him there, and Leon just didn't have the urgency to get up. He didn't have the heart, the will, the presence to get up, and JDM's not a small dude. Obviously Belal's, this is it's not even a superstition, but let's be honest, Belal's gone through puberty multiple times. This guy is definitely on the sauce, or at least he was at one point, okay? This guy got a lot bigger. He's really strong, really powerful. When you look at Belal, you're like, this guy's not a big dude, but he's a big freaking dude. Can he fight at middleweight? I don't think so, but he's a big guy, and you have to put that into presence when you're talking about his takedowns, his double legs, his single legs. They're powerful because he's really big, he's really dense, and he really reminds me of Basil Hafez, which was one of JDM's toughest fights, was Basil Hafez. Obviously, Belal's levels above Basil Hafez, but Hafez was clearly on the sauce when he fought JDM on short notice and was blasting single and double legs like crazy on JDM, blasting them, taking him down with ease, and JDM was like, what the heck am I doing? What's going on? And the thing is, he did get a couple takedowns on JDM, and he was completely juiced. All right, he was off the sauce, guaranteed. And the reason that he did get a lot of his takedowns, the reason that Basil got a lot of his takedowns was because Jack, if you rewatch the fight, Jack was pulling guillotine. He pulled guillotine 4 or 5 times in that fight. And that's the reason he ended up on bottom position most of the time. But he did get back to his feet every single time, consistent, grinding, getting back to his feet, getting into better positions, tiring out Basil, and just digging to the body, digging to the liver. And that's what he does beautifully, because the best way you're going to beat Belal is by zapping his cardio, shutting down his wrestling, shutting down his consistent pressure and presence in your face, because Belal's only way to win this fight is by consistently pressuring JDM, being right in his face, throwing enough shots to throw JDM off balance and not be able to let him get his boxing going, not let him be able to get his combos going, throw off his combinations, throw off his fluidity, and then mix in the double legs, mix in the single legs, switch levels. That's his best chance, is by continuously out-voluming Jack Della Maddalena. But you have to realize that Jack Della Maddalena can have a clear game plan if Scrappy MMA, which I believe Scrappy MMA is really good. I do think Scrappy MMA is one of the higher up gyms. Of course, they got Steve Ursig. Ursig's on a bit of a losing streak, but they have a great gym. They got a great coach at Scrappy MMA, and JDM's coach is solid. They have a good game plan, and I think JDM, his IQ has been leveled up a lot. He's had a lot of time off. He's been working on his game and his IQ, and that's one thing that he has adjusted throughout the fights. You've seen he's not jumping guillotine anymore. He's not pulling guard or anything. He's not doing these things to end up on bottom position. And I think that's going to be a big benefactor when you're looking at the fight with Belal, because Belal is going to want to get this fight to the ground. It's the only way he wins. It's the only way he wins. He doesn't out Canelo. He doesn't out Canelo Jack Della Maddalena, okay? I'm sorry if there's any Belal fans out there. He is not Canelo Alvarez. He is not going to outstrike Jack Della Maddalena. Rewatch every single one of JDM's fights. His boxing, it's always going to be there, man. The combinations are always going to be there. Like in the Ilya Taporia Joe Rogan podcast. Ilya said this perfectly, man. Nobody does it in the and I don't know why not many people do this in the UFC. Everybody goes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Back away. 1, 2, 3. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't keep the combination going. And the only couple of people that I know that do that is Ilya Taporia and Jack Della Maddalena. They're the best boxers in the UFC by far because they mix up their combinations and they throw an excessive amount of shots and an excessive amount of blows. Even if they're not the most powerful, they're there. They're consistently coming at you, right? And you can't defend those body shots and then the head shots if it's continuously coming in a 6 combo shot. And we've seen Belal, his defense is not that great. His striking defense is not that great. He got stung by Leon in their fight a few times, and Leon only throws one shot, one jab, or a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. He's really just basic. Leon's basic. He's not mixing it up with fancy combos. He's not going to the body at all. He didn't go to the body at all against Belal, right? And that's why he had 0 success. But Jack Della Maddalena is gonna mix it up. He's gonna go for the liver. He's gonna try to tire Belal out, and I think he can genuinely tire Belal out by just continuously grinding and getting up from those takedowns that Belal's going to put a lot of energy into. He's going to have to get a lot of energy and expend a lot of energy to pick up JDM and drag him to the mat, or shoot a double leg, or get a single leg, or even scoop him down to the mat. I think it's going to take a lot of Belal's energy, and he's going to do that in round 1 and round 2. He's going to need to put that pressure on. I think he will win round 1 and round 2, but I trust Jack Della Maddalena in round 3 and round 4 to pick it up. Start digging to the body of Belal, landing knees, landing combos to his body, to his head, mixing it up really well, tiring him out with the body shots. I just think the body shots are going to change everything. Belal's a really big dude, but a liver shot kills everybody. It kills everybody, because if you're taking a breath here and you get hit with a liver shot while you're taking in that breath, you don't see that liver shot. A perfect connection shuts off anybody. It shuts off anybody. It doesn't matter how much sauce you're on. It doesn't matter what you're doing, and if you're winning the entire fight, if you get hit with a perfect liver shot and you're mid-breath, you're gonna get shut down. And JDM just perfectly does that, man. He does do that perfectly. And I just trust that throughout this fight, he will find that combo up against the fence, whether it be to the body, whether it be upstairs, whatever the case may be. And I do believe he will rock Belal, get Belal really struggling and panic shooting. And I think JDM does really well when they panic shoot on him. When Basil Hafez was panic shooting on him, was able to shuck him off with ease. When Gilbert Burns was panic shooting on him, he was able to shuck him off for the most part, right? And people forget Jack Della Maddalena's arm was broken. People forget, man. Jack Della Maddalena's arm was broken in that fight, and he won by TKO in round 3. Rallied back. He never gave up. He rolled out of a tough position where Burns had all his weight on top of JDM, completely flattened out, and he was able to roll out of it, land a beautiful knee, and finish Gilbert Burns with a broken arm. Okay, I just think JDM's gonna dig deep in this one. I think he's gonna dig deeper than Belal, which is crazy because Belal, he is consistent. He is in your face all the time. His cardio is good. He's always there. But if he's getting zapped to the body, if he's fighting somebody who's persistently getting back up again and again and again, I think he will win. I think JDM will win. I think Belal will struggle and he will be a bit deteriorated. He will be feeling like, holy shit, man. How is this guy not tired? How am I not breaking this guy? I think JDM benefits from a 5-rounder. We've yet to see him in a 5-rounder. It benefits to have JDM in a 5-rounder. I think he's going to have 5 rounds to really carry that cardio, use his cardio, and use his mixed body shots, his head shots, everything. I've been emphasizing the body shots so much because I think that's going to be a massive factor in this fight. Massive, because we have yet to see Belal struggle or even get hit with body shots and see how it affects him, because it could shut you down Belal is tough. Okay, he's very tough, very durable, very strong. You know, he got knocked out by Luque, but that was a long time ago, right? I don't think he's gonna get chinned. I don't think JDM's gonna chin him. I think JDM's gonna string a beautiful combination, working the body, working the head, and kind of crumble Belal up against the fence and finish him, man. I'm gonna go JDM round 4, TKO up against the fence with after a scramble, man. After a scramble in the center of the octagon, maybe they break, get up against the fence. JDM's marching him down, body, head, body, and just crumbles Belal and finishes him with some ground and pound. I don't think Belal's going to go out cold. I think he's going to crumble. And I think JDM gets that TKO, man. And I think it's going to be a massive factor to what happens with UFC 317. Of course, I want to see Islam versus Ilia Topuria, but I want JDM to win. And I think he will win. And new, May 10th, Bell Center, Montreal. I'm going, boys. You know, we've been pretty unlucky with Canadian cards, but I'm still hyped. I think the main event is a great main event. You know, people hate on it because it's Belal, but I do think JDM's going to bring out that dog in Belal, and I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be back and forth no matter what, no matter who wins, even if it goes the distance. I think it will be a scrap. And I am going to go JDM by round 4 TKO. But that's my prediction, boys. If you guys did enjoy the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, drop it down in the comments who you guys are picking for the main event this weekend, and I will catch you boys in the next one. See you.